again, everyone. Tony Winston here, talk of the town, Jazz Piano College. All right, let's see who wrote it. Marty Symes, Nieberg, and Livingston. All right, team effort. I like it. Got a request for this song, and I said, I've heard this song recently, and it's on an Art Tatum album I've been listening to. I think it's Art Tatum on Capitol. And so I decided I'd pick out his intro, which is like this. I'm not going to get too deep into Art Tatum here today. I'm just going to go through the song and the chords. All right, so anyway, he starts with that tritone thing. And then he does it in B flat. Has the B flat on top, then plays the chord, then does it down here on the bottom, then does this again. Hits a C and then the G7 with a flat 5. Goes into a nice C chord here. And Art Tatum's intros are just always so interesting. I don't know where he comes up with some of those intros. The way he ends songs is usually kind of abrupt, but his intros are great. All right. And I did notice that he plays like the melody here and then messes around a little bit, do something like... then plays the melody up here, and then down here again, and then up there again. So nothing wrong with moving the melody around to different octaves. And then he did this thing, something like this. And I must have played that little snippet of the song 50 times, probably even more than that, before I finally figured out what it was. Yeah. Now that's not exactly what he plays, but the harmony is correct. He's got some bass notes that he's doing in there that I'm not doing. I'm just doing it like rootless voicings here. But it sounds like 4 chords, it sounds like going around the cycle of fifths. But it's not. It's an A seventh, and then another A seventh, an A minor, and a D seventh. All right, so it's kind of like this. That's a A13, that's a dominant seventh, unaltered. He's got the flat 13, so we can call that altered. Then it's like an A minor seventh, and then he gets to D. And then... All right, and there, that looks like an E flat 7th, right, which is the tritone of A, so that's perfectly acceptable. And this is such a great chord. And you see, once again, it's that tritone thingy. You've got the D7, but you've got an A flat triad right here in the middle, and kind of that structure up there with the right hand. A great chord to take through the cycle and learn. But I see so much crap on YouTube where the chord everybody must know, the chord you must know. You don't need to know this chord. What you need to know is how to use the chords you do know, all right? And Art Tatum is showing us here how to use some of the chords we already know. Let me get back to the song here. I need my chart. There it is. And of course, the chart is down there in the description. Just click on the link, and while you're down there, leave a like. Thank you. So let's go to the second verse here. And now, Art Tatum at one point goes to an E7th there from that G diminished. And this is what Barry Harris talks about a lot, is that if you take a diminished chord and lower any of the notes, doesn't matter which one, you will come up with a dominant 7th chord. And it'll be 4 different ones. So that one would be E7. If you lower this note, it's D7. If you lower that note, it's B flat 7th. And if you lower this one, you get G7th. And so that first one there was E. So when you have a progression that's like, that E is a substitute chord that's going to work just fine. Now, I don't know. Yeah, he does use the bass note there. And he may go to the G minor next. It sounds a little odd, but it flows nicely just because the diminished flows that well. So why wouldn't that work? It works, yeah. E flat 9, but another way to do that is just making a minor 6th chord. And so many times Art Tatum will take a dominant chord and look for that minor 6th chord and then do some 2-note run on it. It doesn't work very well in that key, but like if it was a C7th, he might go think about the G minor 6th chord, right? And then that's all Art does, puts that little F in there and then goes right to the bridge. And that's another Tatum thing. Little classical turn there is what they call that, a turn. So you could use some different bass notes. Here we've got so it says D minor, but who played it with a G in the bass here and just did it kind of like this. And same here, got to the C, played the G minor over that. That's like a G minor 11th, and played, I believe it was that chord.